A woman goes to the ER with chest pain radiating down her left arm. The doctor sends her home with acid reflux. 2 weeks later, she's in heart failure. Here's the thing most women don't know. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women in the United States, not breast cancer, not any other condition. Over 40% of women will deal with cardiovascular disease in their lifetime. But here's where it gets dangerous. The signs of a heart attack in women look completely different from what we've been taught to expect. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 critical warning signs that are constantly dismissed as just anxiety or just stress, signs that could save your life or the life of someone you love. Let's get into it. The Hollywood myth versus reality. Close your eyes and picture a heart attack. What do you see? Let me guess. An older man on a golf course suddenly clutching his chest and collapsing to the ground, right? That's the image the media burned into our brains. And it's killing women. Meet Carolyn Thomas, a heart attack survivor who nearly died because her symptoms looked nothing like that Hollywood version. She experienced central chest pain, nausea, sweating, and pain shooting down her left arm. Classic signs by any medical standard. She went to the ER. And the doctor diagnosed her with acid reflux and sent her home. Carolyn said something that should terrify all of us. There was no way I was going back to emergency. I didn't want to be embarrassed again. And besides, a man with the letters MD after his name had told me very clearly, it is not your heart. 2 weeks. She waited 2 weeks with worsening symptoms because she was embarrassed. Here's what you need to understand. Women don't have weird heart attacks. The medical establishment has just defined normal, based entirely on men's experiences. And it's created a deadly blind spot. So what does a woman's heart attack actually look like? Let's break down the 5 signs that are constantly missed. The 5 critical signs. Sign number 1. Chest discomfort that doesn't feel like pain. Women do experience chest symptoms, it's still the most common sign. But here's the catch. It doesn't feel like a sharp, stabbing pain. Women describe it as pressure, squeezing, tightness, or fullness in the center of the chest. Some women say it feels like their bra is suddenly too tight. This discomfort can last for minutes, or it can come and go. And because it's not that dramatic, crushing sensation, women dismiss it. They think, well, it's not that bad, so it can't be serious. Wrong. Sign number 2. Pain in places you'd never expect. This is huge. The pain can show up in your back, especially between your shoulder blades, your neck, jaw, stomach, or one or both arms. And yes, that includes the right arm, not just the left. I want you to imagine this. You wake up with a terrible pain in your jaw. You think it's a toothache. Or you have this nagging upper back pain and assume you slept wrong. Meanwhile, your heart is screaming for help, and you're putting it off until Monday to call your dentist. Sign number 3. Sudden, extreme fatigue. This isn't your everyday tiredness. Women report a sudden, profound exhaustion where normal daily activities, carrying a laundry basket, climbing stairs, lifting your briefcase, suddenly feel impossible. One woman described it as feeling like she was walking through cement. Up to 70% of women report unusual fatigue in the weeks or days before a heart attack. If you suddenly can't do things that were easy last week, that's a red flag. Sign number 4. Stomach symptoms that mimic the flu. Nausea, vomiting, severe indigestion that doesn't respond to antacids. This is especially common in women with diabetes. Your body is interpreting a cardiac event as a stomach problem, and you're reaching for Tums when you should be calling 911. And sign number 5, a sense of impending doom. This one sounds vague, but survivors describe it the same way over and over. An overwhelming feeling that something is terribly, horribly wrong. An icy feeling that something horrible is happening. Some describe it as the worst anxiety they've ever felt. Here's what's critical. This feeling often comes with shortness of breath, dizziness, cold sweats, or new trouble sleeping. If your body is screaming at you that something is wrong even if you can't explain why, listen to it. Listen, if this information is opening your eyes to how differently women's bodies signal distress. You need to subscribe right now. Every week, I'm breaking down the medical knowledge that could literally save your life. The stuff doctors assume you already know but never actually teach you. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video that could make the difference between life and death for you or someone you love. Why women's symptoms are different. Okay, so why is this happening? Why do women's heart attacks look so different? It comes down to two different types of heart disease. In men, the most common cause is obstructive coronary artery disease. Picture a garden hose with a big rock stuck in it. Plaque builds up in the major arteries, creating a clear, visible blockage. This is what most diagnostic tests are designed to find. In women, especially younger women, the disease is more likely to show up as microvascular disease. Instead of one big blockage in the main arteries, the problem is in the tiny vessels that branch off. These small arteries don't get blocked, they get damaged. They can't deliver enough oxygen-rich blood to the heart muscle. Here's the problem. Standard tests like angiograms are great at finding big blockages. But they often miss microvascular disease completely. Up to 50% of women who go in for cardiac catheterization with chest pain symptoms are told they have no blockages. The doctor says, good news. Your heart is fine, but it's not fine. The disease is just hiding in plain sight. This is why women get sent home. This is why women are told it's anxiety. The tests aren't designed to see what's actually wrong. The deadly bias. Now let me show you how bad the bias actually is, because this will make your blood boil. Researchers did an experiment. They showed doctors video vignettes of patients describing identical heart attack symptoms, same words, same descriptions. The only difference? The gender of the patient. The results? Doctors were significantly less certain of a heart disease diagnosis when the patient was a middle-aged woman. Middle-aged women were twice as likely to be diagnosed with a mental health condition compared to men, 31% versus 15%. Let that sink in. Same symptoms. But if you're a woman, you're twice as likely to be told it's in your head. Another study found that when women mentioned feeling stressed alongside their physical symptoms, they were far more likely to be diagnosed with anxiety than men reporting the exact same thing. This isn't just dismissive. It's deadly. And here's the other side of this crisis: women delay seeking help. Research shows that women wait longer than men to call 911 after symptoms start because they don't want to make a fuss or be embarrassed if it's a false alarm. Carolyn Thomas experienced severe symptoms on a 5-hour flight. She never once alerted the flight attendant. Her thought? How embarrassing would it be if they had to turn the plane around for indigestion? Time is muscle. Every minute your heart doesn't get blood, more heart muscle dies. This embarrassment is literally fatal. What to do right now? So here's exactly what you do if you or someone you love experiences these symptoms. Step 1. Call 911 immediately. Do not wait. Do not drive yourself. The moment paramedics arrive, they can start treatment. That can be up to an hour sooner than if you drive to the hospital yourself. You are not wasting anyone's time. You are not overreacting. Step 2. Say the magic words. When you call 911, when you talk to the ER staff, use these exact words: I think I'm having a heart attack. This is critical. Medical professionals are trained to rule out the worst-case scenario first. Stating your suspicion clearly forces them to take it seriously and prevents them from defaulting to less serious diagnoses. Step 3. Describe function, not just feeling. Don't say, "I'm so tired." Say, "I can no longer carry my laundry basket up the stairs." Give them a concrete picture of how your physical capacity has changed. Vague complaints get dismissed. Functional declines get attention. Step 4. Trust your gut and advocate fiercely. If a doctor dismisses you but you know something is wrong, say this: "I know my body. I know when something is very different, and this is not normal for me." Do not apologize. Do not minimize. Your intuition about your own body is valid, and it could save your life. And if you're over 16 and not allergic, chew an aspirin while you're waiting for the ambulance, but call 911 first. Don't delay the call to take the aspirin. Here's what I need you to take away from this video: a woman's heart attack doesn't look like the movies. It looks like fatigue, jaw pain, nausea, and a feeling that something is terribly wrong. And the most dangerous thing you can do is ignore it because you don't want to make a fuss. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women, but it doesn't have to be. Knowledge is power. Advocacy is survival. Know the signs. Trust your body. Speak up loudly and clearly, and never, ever let embarrassment stop you from getting help. If this video gave you information that could save a life, hit that like button right now so this reaches more women who need to see it. And drop a comment. What's one symptom you didn't know about before watching this? Let's keep this conversation going because every share could literally save a life. And if you want to take the next step in protecting your heart, you need to understand the role of stress. My video, 7 Ways to Lower Your Stress Hormones Instantly, is up right now, breaking down the direct link between chronic stress and heart disease. It's the perfect next watch to build a complete plan for your heart health. You've got this.